Words. They possess no tangible mass. They lack physical contours or substance. They are ethereal, intangible wisps, and yet they hold the capacity to erect majestic kingdoms or reduce them to smoldering ashes. They can galvanize legions of hearts towards noble causes or dismantle a solitary spirit into irreparable fragments. They can propel an individual to the pinnacles of achievement or plunge them into abyssal despair from which recovery seems impossible. An ancient Greek proverb captures this duality with piercing clarity. Eta glossa kokala den eke kai kokala tsakizai. Translated, the tongue has no bones, but it crushes bones. Ponder that profundity for a moment. A blade may lacerate the body, drawing blood and scarring flesh, but words infiltrate the essence of being, fracturing the indomitable human spirit in ways no surgeon can mend. A solitary utterance, a hushed murmur, a carefully timed expression. These can irrevocably alter the trajectory of a lifetime, echoing through years like ripples in an eternal pond. The echoes that mold our identities reflect upon the tapestry of your own existence. Which phrases have etched themselves into your core, shaping the person you've become? Perhaps it was an educator's dismissive verdict. You'll never amount to anything, planting seeds of doubt that blossomed into self-sabotage, or a guardian's critical whisper, you're simply not good enough, eroding confidence like acid on stone. Maybe a fleeting encounter with a passerby, whose mocking jibe in a crowded moment left an indelible mark of humiliation. Even now, decades removed, those syllables reverberate in the chambers of your mind, influencing decisions, fueling insecurities. For words do not evaporate with the breath that birthed them. They do not vanish into oblivion. They seep deep into the psyche, intertwining with our very identity, becoming threads in the fabric of who we are. Yet, this power isn't solely destructive. Words can also be architects of renewal. Recall the affirmations that elevated you from valleys of despair. A guide who proclaimed, "Within you lies untapped greatness, waiting to unfold." A companion who affirmed, "I have unwavering faith in your potential." A visionary whose impassioned address ignited a dormant flame within, propelling you toward uncharted horizons. The inescapable reality. Language serves as a double-edged sword, capable of raising foundations or constructing cathedrals of hope. The wielder's intent determines its role, harbinger of ruin or harbinger of rebirth, and that choice resides squarely with you. The internal dialogue, your most potent ally or foe. However, transcending the impact of external voices is an even more formidable influence. The narrative you craft within your own mind. The self-talk that accompanies your triumphs and tribulations. What mantras do you recite in the wake of setbacks? "I'm a hopeless failure," or "This is a lesson forging my resilience." Upon awakening, do you greet the day with "Today holds promise," or "Another futile struggle awaits"? In the hush of midnight solitude, when shadows loom largest, what confessions escape your thoughts? Affirmations of worth or laments of inadequacy? Understand this. The most resonant voice in your symphony of life is your internal monologue, the one that echoes ceaselessly, shaping perceptions and realities. Proclaim yourself feeble, and frailty will manifest in your actions and outcomes. Label yourself a perpetual underachiever, and you'll navigate existence through that lens, inviting defeat. Deem yourself unworthy, and you'll dismantle your own foundations long before external forces intervene. Conversely, declare your invincibility, and barriers will crumble before your advance. Affirm your warrior spirit, and challenges will bow to your tenacity. Embrace your destiny for excellence, and the universe will conspire to align with your vision. For the most unyielding shackles aren't forged from iron or steel. They're woven from the threads of language, and the sole key to liberation lies in your hands through the deliberate reshaping of your inner lexicon, the ripple of your words on others. A chain of influence, this dominion over language extends beyond self. It's a communal force. Each dawn presents a crossroads. Will you employ your voice to elevate those around you, or inadvertently erode their resolve? Every syllable you utter bears consequence, an invisible weight that lingers. In conversations with companions, do you offer support or subtle sabotage? With kin, do you nurture bonds or unwittingly wound? Even in passing interactions with unknowns, a barista, a commuter, a neighbor, your tone and choice of phrase can leave lasting imprints. You cannot fathom the invisible wars others wage, the silent struggles against despair, the fragile threads by which they cling to hope. A thoughtless barb might inflict a scar that festers eternally, deepening their isolation. Yet, a genuine word of uplift. It could be the lifeline that reignites their spark, the catalyst that averts surrender. In this interconnected web, your language isn't isolated. It's a ripple, capable of tsunami-like effects, for better or worse. The oratory of visionaries, words that reshape history. The annals of time are inscribed not merely by deeds, but by declarations that mobilize masses. A solitary oration can galvanize countries toward unity or upheaval. It can spark insurgencies that topple tyrants. It can imprint ideals upon the collective consciousness of eras. Contemplate the verbal masterpieces that pivoted the course of humanity. Martin Luther King Jr. S. Resonant. I have a dream. Envisioning equality amid division. Fueling the civil rights crusade. John F. Kennedy's challenge. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Igniting civic duty in a generation. Ronald Reagan's defiant, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. A clarion call that hastened the Berlin Wall's fall and communism's decline. These luminaries didn't conquer through brute force, opulence, or legions alone. Their arsenal? Eloquence, words meticulously chosen, delivered with conviction, altering paradigms. You needn't command global audiences or wield political scepters to harness this. Your sphere, however modest, a workplace meeting, a family gathering, a social exchange, affords opportunities to influence. Daily, you sculpt your microcosm through verbal choices, planting seeds that may bloom into legacies. Command your speech, command your fate. Thus, the imperative query emerges. How will you steward this formidable gift? Will you infuse vitality into your essence and those you touch, or dispense toxicity unwittingly? Will your lexicon construct bridges and empires, or demolish dreams and spirits? Remember, the tongue, boneless and supple, wields the might to pulverize resolve, shatter aspirations, and dismantle psyches before they fully form. Yet, should you tame this instrument, infusing every utterance with purpose, opting for empowerment over diminishment, sagacity over recklessness, you ascend to invulnerability. The paramount conquerors of lore didn't rely solely on armaments. They mastered rhetoric, swaying hearts and minds to their cause. Those who internalize this axiom, the transformative alchemy of language, are the true architects of epics. So I pose this to you in earnest. What verbal legacy will you author? For words erect monuments, words raise fortresses, and words, they endure eternally, outliving flesh and stone alike.
If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.